Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about how interior defense ruined NBA 2K21 Next Gen from top down. From lack of communication that we had from the developers, all the content creators using that lack of information that we had from the devs, and giving you guys a misinformation of not upgrading interior defense, and then also contradicting that how even with the information that I know now as a content creator, I still don't even know if I would tell you guys to upgrade interior defense. Now, we'll get into all of this stuff. As you guys can tell, for all my subscribers and supporters, it's been a long time since I've recorded another video. It's been almost a month. We'll get into all of that stuff later in the video as to what my plan is for the content moving forward, etc., with all the Pro-Am stuff that I'm planning to get into, and we'll talk about my new Pro-Am build as well that actually does have interior defense. But regardless, we're here to talk about this video, so I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, good stuff, and let's try this one to 800 likes. Alright, so the best example that we have of this problem of the interior defense, the My Player Builder system, is my exact build that I made at the beginning of the year. 6'8" power forward, 230 on the weight, maxed out wingspan. Now, you can see I literally have almost everything upgraded on this build, minus close shot, post control, free throw, and interior defense. Everything else is absolutely insane. This would end up getting Hall of Fame quick first step because My Player Builder is also broken with this with the power forwards. So at 81 speed with ball gets Hall of Fame quick first step, and then at 80 ball control also gets pro dribble moves. So at 99 it gets both of those things. Gets 85 plus three-pointer, everything you'd want. 99 driving dunk, 21 finishing badges, 8 shooting badges, 27 playmaking, 27 defense, and then maxed out physicals. Now again, the glaring issue of this build is 25 interior defense. Free throw really doesn't matter for Park, obviously. Post control you can avoid, and then close shot is the only other like massive problem. Again, interior defense and close shot, but this is also avoidable as well. And with the badge rise up and 98 standing dunk, really shouldn't have to worry about close shot too much, especially in the Park. Now, I want to talk to you guys about this interior defense thing and just show you straight up. Now, this is almost 120 attribute ratings right here in this shooting category. So we have 86 mid-range, 81 three-pointer, and then 27 free throw. Obviously, the minimum is 25. So again, this is about 120 attribute ratings. And you can see, you're going to lose 8 shooting badges and all that stuff. Now, you only go down 2 overall. And what are you going to get out of interior defense for taking all 120 of those attribute ratings and 8 shooting badges off? You get less than 20 ratings. I mean, you literally get 16 attribute points and no defensive badges for doing that. That is ridiculous. That's horrible. That's broken mechanics of the game and the builder. And again, this doesn't even do you that much. I mean, 41 interior defense is barely any different than 25, and it's not going to give you any badge points. It's not going to unlock any new badges that you didn't have originally in the first place. And really, there's just not much of a difference to be made here. Now let's keep pushing this even further. I put this extra 5 ratings in the mid-range to show you guys that it's at 95 overall. And here we are with 38 interior defense, maxed out perimeter D, steal, block, O-board, D-board, all this stuff. Now, we're going to go ahead and take off perimeter defense and steal. This is at 92 and 86. Mind you, we have 30 defensive badges as well. We're going to take all of these ratings off. You're going to see we're going to go all the way down to 10 defensive badges, and we get 4 overall points. Now, all we get out of this is literally going to go from 38 interior defense to 74, and we get 10 badges back, obviously, but even at that, you're only at 20 defensive badges now instead of 27 or 30 that you actually were when this was at 38, and then still had the maxed out perimeter and steal. And then even at that, this is debilitating. You literally are not going to be able to hold LT for your life. You're going to move like a snail when you're holding LT. You're going to have no clamps. You lose all types of defensive badges as far as the perimeter defense related ones with the steal and perimeter defense. And then even at that, for doing this interior defense, all you're gaining here is post move lockdown, tireless defender. And even at that, again, this is all unlockable by just having all of these things right here. Literally, the only badge that you're getting that's unattainable with anything else in the game is post move lockdown, which, yes, is going to be able to help you stop post scores, etc., etc. But even in this game of absolute demigods everywhere, it's not very often. Honestly, I would even say it's like a complete minority in this game to run into a post score on the 2v2 court, or especially the 3v3 court. You're never ever going to run into a post score on the threes. But regardless, my whole point is with the interior defense, it's just ridiculous how much power this actually has as far as how many ratings you have to pump into it and how many badges you have to lose just to get the rating up. Now, what I also want to talk about a little bit is how it's kind of ridiculous of us as a community, especially myself, who even, like I said, with all this information I have of the game and how maybe I would redo this build and actually upgrade interior defense if I knew any better now. But honestly, I can't even tell you guys that I would. It's just so many attributes and badges that you lose for doing this. And one thing I really want to show for an example of how ridiculous this interior defense stuff is too, I'm going to lower all of the physicals, and I'm talking all of them, bro. And some of these have an impact to other attribute ratings, obviously. So driving dunk, and then obviously, with the speed with ball for speed, but even at that, I'm still just going to max out this interior defense and see what happens with this. And as you can see, I mean, we literally only have 3 overall points to work with now, and I have 25 speed, 25 excel, 25 vert, 25 stamina, 50 speed with ball, 50 driving dunk, and there's really not much more to work with here, to be completely honest with you. And like I said, we can just pump this into something. This build looks complete dog now. It's just awful. Now, on the opposite side of this argument, I'm going to make the case for interior defense. So, in this game of absolute craziness for the contact dunking, like I'm talking, we all have 99 driving dunk, Hall of Fame finishing badges, posterizer, slithery, heat seeker to get the takeover. You might even have slash takeover, then you just go crazy with it as well. And in this exact same game of where you can have 99 block and Hall of Fame rim protector and intimidator and all that, but you still get absolutely boomed on every single time when you're below the basket. A lot of people would say that they hate that aspect of the game because it's so RNG and animation based, and they really have no input and no, I would say, no skill gap to actually stop it. So with all that said, why not upgrade the one attribute rating that actually takes away that RNG and takes away those certain animations where you get pulled in for contact dunks? Because flat out, it really does do that. Like, it truly does help you stop contact dunks and just not get boomed on every single time. But again, it's all because you have to take away so much more of your build. You have to literally be debilitated when it comes to shooting. You have to have horrible perimeter defense or something like that. You have to have no pass accuracy and you float passes at the speed of like 2 miles an hour. And honestly, that is pretty tragic too. Now, some people can get around that. Maybe you play as a true big man and you run some pick and roll. In this game of double ISO though, that's just not realistic. And I don't know, it's so weird because everybody's so overpowered offensively. And if this one rating were just easier to upgrade, I feel like all of the RNG and all of the randomness and just, you know, complete lack of skill gap in this game goes away, because if people do have interior defense, this game is a much better experience as far as playing it. And I can say that for myself because I have upgraded this. Alright, so here we are. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and explain a couple of things as far as the attributes that we've lost out on, the low badge counts that we have in the shooting, etc., stuff like that. Again, I want to remind you guys, this is a Pro-Am build. It's essentially 2.07 is like 6'9.5". So it's like, it's a medium between 6'9" and 6'10". I'll just put it like that. It gets insane speed and acceleration for how tall it is. Now, mind you, that's all with the weight down. Knowing what I know now in the game, strength really doesn't matter at all as far as screen setting, defending, anything like that. And stamina is very avoidable in the Pro-Am aspect, especially in the park too, where it's really stupid if you ask me, but you just need Gatorade. Now, it's very easy to do that in Pro-Am because you can just purchase 1 game of Gatorade for all 3 categories, and every time you quit out of the game, you don't lose any, like, I would say, progress, so to say. You don't lose any of the Gatorade boosts by quitting out. So, it's very cheap in that regard, but for you to do that in the park would just be awful. It literally costs you so much VC to do that. And I don't think this is very doable without the Gatorade, so just mind you that. But again, for all that we've lost with this interior defense upgrade, it really is tragic. But again, for playing as a Pro-Am 5, you kind of do need the interior defense, to be completely honest. It just makes no sense not to have it. Now again, in the park, I don't even know if I would recommend people to upgrade this in the first place. But again, I just wish that it was more accessible to people, because it really would make this game a lot better if it were easier to get. But it's just so hard to get. It debilitates your builds entirely. And then at that point, for the defense that you gain to take away the RNG dunks and stuff like that, you're losing so much offense to the point where, is it even worth it? I don't think so. But I guess some people would be the verdict of that a little differently. So again, one last time to just show you the difference of what this build could look like with no interior defense versus with the 80 interior defense that I had on this. We can just upgrade steel all the way. I guess I'm not even going to touch these because flat out it's just going to play the exact same way anyway. So I'm just not going to touch stamina or strength. And then at that point, I get so much more free throw and shooting badges to be able to be used. I mean, I'm a liability when it comes to free throws in this Pro-Am stuff, right? So honestly, it is kind of tragic already. And then I guess I could just put the mid-range up, boom, get to like 86 free throw with 14 shooting badges. That's pretty desirable at that point. Or if I wanted to, I could just go with something like 10 shooting badges, boom, put all this into playmaking, have ridiculous pass accuracy, way more playmaking badges to be used. And realistically, at this point, the only thing I actually have to put ratings into that I would even like want or desire would probably just be stamina. And you know, one last thing that I want to talk about how stupid this My Player Builder is, we'll just talk about this. So again, we're taking interior defense all the way off. I just want to show how horrible close shot is as well. So I can just max out driving layups, still have 2 overall points to work with. I got 21 finishing badges and all that, right? But this would be a lot easier to show you guys if I could drop the driving layup even more, but I'm just going to leave it where the driving dunk is still maxed. Now, I'm going to try and put everything in the close shot, and we're not even going to get halfway. We only get two finishing badges for doing this in the first place, or I guess 3. But you can see, I mean, the trade-off of this is so horrible. And at that point, why would I even want close shot instead of driving layup regardless, even if it cost less and, you know, was more badge accessible in the first place? I mean, this still leaves me with 2 overall points to work with, mind you. So I could go all driving layup and stamina, but if I want a close shot, I have to take stamina all the way off, take the driving layup down to 70, and then even at that, I still don't even get anywhere near the difference of like usability. So at the end of the day, close shot, interior defense, and free throw are all broken. And that's why on my original 6'8", I didn't upgrade any of them, and it let me upgrade every single other rating. Now, does the trade-off of interior defense value more than to have all of those other ratings? Again, that's up to you to decide, but at the end of the day, 2K should have just made this way more accessible, and the game would have been so much more just fun to play and enjoyable in the first place, and just not people getting dunked on 24/7. It really is tragic, I'm not gonna lie, especially the 2v2 park scene where you got dudes trying to rotate from the corner when your guy at the top gets beat and then he gets dunked on too. Half the time 2 people are trying to contest it and you leave the corner wide open, you're still getting dunked on. It really is a tragic scene, man. So again, the whole title of this video and the topic was how interior defense and its inaccessibility, if that's even a word, has ruined NBA 2K21 Next Gen, and just how horrible you have to make your build in comparison to everybody else's build to actually have interior defense. So anyway, that's all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff like I said in the intro. Let's try this 1 to 800 likes. And again, real quick, for anybody who's trying to make that build precisely how I made it, you're gonna have to go to settings and then come all the way down right here, and you will have metric system, units of measurement. It's regularly on imperial system, which is the American way of measurement, and then metric system is pretty much how everybody else in the world uses it. Someone let me know if there's any other region in the world that uses the imperial system. I'm just curious, but anyway. Alright, so now for a quick little run through on the tutorial of how to make this. I'm actually like literally just gonna speed run this thing for you guys, and I'm gonna show the final ratings of me at 99 overall in the park and stuff like that. So power forward, you're gonna come all the way up on the height. It's gonna start you at 2.06, right? You're gonna push it all the way to the right boundary to where you can't do it anymore. Then you come back down to 2.07. It's gonna glitch your height a little bit to the point where you're just getting a fraction of an inch essentially with no ratings lost. Then you come all the way down in the weight. This is 95 kilograms. I don't know what that even means for regular weight. I just know it's the minimum. And then you're gonna come all the way up on the wingspan as well. And then I choose burly for the body type. I don't think it actually matters at all, but regardless, it is what it is. All right, so real quick run through on the ratings. You got 91 driving layup. It's 1 down from the max. Maxed out driving dunk, standing dunk. Maxed out 3-pointer, 78 mid-range, 80 pass accuracy. I'll just explain this real quick. So originally I thought at every other build, you need 84 pass accuracy to get Hall of Fame bullet passer. You can actually get it at 83 as a power forward. I just wasn't sure and I didn't want to risk it. So you could do 79. I just did 80 regardless. So we're just going to go all the way back up on that. And also, one kind of glitched thing about this that's kind of stupid and it makes it really annoying to set this up. You have to do the interior defense last because the strength is going to get screwed up. So you have to drop that, then put it up too. It's really confusing. Hopefully you can follow what I just did right there. But anyway, 80 pass accuracy, 68 ball handle, 73 speed with ball, 80 and 80 on interior and perimeter D, 69 steal, maxed out everything for the block, O-board, and D-board, maxed out speed, excel, and vert, and then boom, strength just kind of fills in as you want it. And then we have one more rating left over that you can put on stamina. So as you can see, you can just go up and down on this, right? Now, here's the really weird thing about this. So you can't put this up on strength. I'm clicking over to the right, can't put it up. Now, if you put it up on interior defense, it's going to raise your strength by 1, but doesn't upgrade the interior defense. And then boom, that's the attribute you have left over. So weird. This My Player Builder system has so many like flaws and glitches in it, but it is what it is. Anyway, this is the final version of the build that I did. I ended up going with that extra strength or whatever. 21-5, 13 and 28. The 2 takeovers I chose were just finishing moves and easy blow-bys. Double slash take goes crazy for Pro-Am. We'll talk about all that stuff more when we get into the actual Pro-Am content. That should be coming very shortly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're looking forward to the Pro-Am content as well. I'm going to try my best to get absolutely great gameplays with that type of stuff right there. And like I said, the competitive nature and just the comp games in that are going to be coming for sure. Now, one thing to be mentioned with this build is that it's kind of nice that you do get the rim takeovers, then you get glass and sharp as well, so just keep that in mind. But anyway, and then I just wanted to show you guys what this build is looking like at 99 overall. So we got maxed out driving dunk and standing dunk at 99, 95 driving layup, we got 81 3-pointer, and then 72 ball handle, which is actually kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie, I can actually do the moving behind the back and actually move really quickly with this, with the 77 speed with ball as well. Got the bullet passer at 84, and then obviously, I mean, I got it at 83, so at 98 overall I got it regardless, but it is what it is. Anyway, 84 on the interior defense, perimeter defense as well. Still have that gold clamps with the 80 perimeter D, and this build is just freakish with how fast it moves for a 6'10", 83 speed, 90 vertical, again 84 perimeter defense as well, 99 everything on the block, O board and D board. The 84 interior defense, very, very usable. I'm talking like this is actually very impactful for Pro-Am. It's helped a lot with not getting dunked on, and I mean, flat out, it's just something that you need to do, like as a big man on the backside in Pro-Am 5v5. Again, I don't really think this is something you should upgrade for the park, but it is what it is. And again, one last look. Here's the final badge count: 21, 5, 13, and 28. I know a lot of people just ask what layout I like to run on certain badges, so I'm just go through and just give you guys a little glimpse of it as to what I'm doing, especially for this Pro-Am 5v5 stuff. Again, here is the final look at what I'm running. I'm not going to give much context to it because I don't want this video to be like 50 minutes long, but either way, that's all for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. Like I said in the intro, let's try this one to 800 likes. As you can see, I got the logo. I haven't uploaded any park content in the 2 months that I've had this thing. It's kind of tragic. I don't even know if some people even knew I had a logo in the first place. But anyway, that's all for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you made it to the very end, put logo in the comments to show your support to me all the way through. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.